Warning. This episode includes heavy topics such as suicidal ideation. Please review the content warnings in the episode description. Stay safe out there. Deadwood Production presents Off the Deep End. Episode 11. The Bitter End.
May 29th, 2015. Dear Ash, Plan B keeps whispering sweet nothings in my ear, and I'm not scared enough to admit that I want to follow its voice. I've been ignoring Jude's calls. I'm not as strong as I thought I was. I sleep in your room now. I haven't left in 2 days. I can't go outside. Everything keeps reminding me of you. I can't even remember what you sound like anymore. I'm losing bits and pieces of you every day, and I can't take it. I can't look in mirrors anymore. I started wearing your clothes too. I figured maybe I'll hate myself less if I look like you. It works sometimes, but not enough. I wish being myself didn't hurt so much. Ash, I'm unraveling at the seams. Come back. Help me. Mom and Dad found the three of us passed out in the living room, the couch a bloody, watery mess. Dad went outside despite the rain to call for a doctor, while Mom fixed our shitty attempt at a bandage. Luckily for us, you stayed unconscious this time. Jude clung to me like I was her lifeline, and I just stood there, watching it all. I wasn't all there, Ash. Seeing you like that was something else.
Do you think Ash will be okay, Mrs. Jefferson?
Mom said you should be fine given how quickly we pressured the wound, but we couldn't rule out the chance of infection. Then she asked what happened, and I remembered opening my mouth, but no words came out. I don't know exactly what I told her, but she hugged Jude and I tight. Jude looked up for a moment, almost flinching. Or maybe I was just seeing things. It was a very long day. Before relaxing the tiniest bit. Her cheeks were red. You both are so brave, Mom said. Her voice was so soft I could have cried. Then she looked at me. You did the best you could. Your father and I will get this figured out, okay? In the meantime, I think it's best for Asher to stay down here for now. And we'll look into getting a new couch, she said without saying it. I didn't know how to tell her that I didn't feel brave. I'd never seen that much blood in my life. Did you think I was a coward, Ash? Would you lie and say I wasn't? For no one's benefit but my own? Dad came back soaked to the bone. He had to go way out to find any service, but he had good news. A doctor in town could help. The bad news is, he said, she can't drive here until the storm clears. And it looks like it's going to be a bad one. Mom swore out loud. Jude's only reaction to that was a deep frown. So it'd be a waiting game then. I watched Mom wipe the sand off your cheek and carefully bundle my hoodie into a ball. She offered to wash it, but I shook my head and told her to just throw it away. No amount of detergent and fabric softener would get your blood off that thing. Mom and Dad left to have a hushed conversation in the kitchen, probably discussing their next move. Jude went upstairs minutes later to call her mom. It was just me and you, Ash. You and me. I put a blanket over you. Yes, it was hot, but I had to do something with my hands. And watch your chest rise and fall. Rise and fall. Humans have evolved past noticing other people's breathing, unless it's obvious. But there was a finality to seeing you do it. In your state, I felt it was important to watch you breathe. Just in case things got worse. Just in case it would be the last time. The doctor wouldn't come in time. I know that now. After we in the living room got cleaned up, though not completely, and dinner was had, I'll spare you the details. With everything going on, I could barely taste it. I decided that no matter what Mom said, our vacation was on pause until you got better. Which meant if you had to stay in the living room, so would I.
You want to... what?
Make a pillow fort. Ash and I do it every year. So if I'm supposed to pretend like nothing's wrong, I want to keep up the tradition.
Unused pillows, cushions, and blankets were collected in a pile, and I got to work. It was no pillow castle, but I thought I did a pretty good job.
What do you think?
If I had to rate it out of 10, 7? Or 5?
You know what? That's fair. After you, Your Highness.
The fort was roomy, big enough for the both of us. It wasn't my best work, I'll admit, but you were the pillow engineer, Ash, not me. Nevertheless, Jude was impressed, and that's all I could ever ask for.
How did talking with your mom go?
It went how it always goes with her. But I was honest. I told her about what happened with Asher, I mean.
Oh, did she freak out?
In a way. She wants me to come back home early.
How early?
Tomorrow. She thinks it's too dangerous for me to stay here.
Oh.
Can I draw you?
What, you haven't already?
I wouldn't without permission.
So you draw me and what? Make me look like one of your scary monsters or something?
No, I wouldn't do that. I think you look. I'm feeling inspired. Is all. You really don't. If you really don't want me to draw you, I won't.
I mean, I guess I'll allow it, since you asked so nicely.
Oh, yeah. How did the beach pictures turn out? I wasn't expecting to spend so much time in the water. My hair probably looks horrendous.
Your hair's fine. I don't think I've seen you look so...
Happy?
Yeah, something like that.
You and Ash have definitely helped with that.
I think you're more Ash's twin than I am at this point.
Maybe. Or maybe I'm not the sheltered church girl I used to be.
No, you're not.
All it took was a taste of freedom, and Jude was a totally different person from the girl we met on that basketball court. I think we are bad influences on her, Ash, but in the best way possible.
If the storms will be as bad as my dad says it'll be, then I can't guarantee he'll drive you back tomorrow. My mom will probably stay behind to take care of Ash, but if you really have to go...
They don't need to know.
What do you mean?
Your parents don't need to know because I'm not going anywhere.
Jude, you don't have to...
I know I don't, but I want to. I know what my parents will do if I go back. They won't let me see you anymore. They'll think that you and your family are bad luck or that you're corrupting me or something. I don't want them to think of you like that. It took so long to convince them to let me come here at all, and I've already decided I'm not leaving you or Nasher alone. Especially you.
Oh. Do you really think Abel drowned?
You don't think he did?
No, but... No, I don't know.
I told Jude about the entries I read, the dreams I had, about the boy with glasses and the body and the blood on his hands. Our hands.
That must have been Clayton. You don't think he...
I don't think he did anything. I'm just saying, maybe Abel didn't drown like everyone thinks he did. Something else is going on here, and I think we're the only ones that can find out.
Abel said he saw something when he was pulled underwater, right? Do you think that was the same thing that...
I hope not.
But if it was, hypothetically speaking, maybe there's a cure in there that'll help us.
Your injury wasn't a normal one, Ash. We came to the unsaid conclusion that you were poisoned by whatever scratched you. An infection of some kind was setting in. Something was wrong with you. We didn't know what to believe, really, but it was a goal to work towards. A glimmer of hope in all the blood.
And if he didn't drown, then we'll have found out what really happened. For better or for worse.
And if we don't?
Then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Together.
Our beach bag was covered in your blood. Speckles of it stained the white fabric. I hesitated. I didn't want your blood anywhere near me, near my hands. I thought back to the dream, to the blood, the viscous feel to it, the unconscious yet present knowledge of how it got there, of what he had done. I fished through the bag and retrieved the book anyway. I hope Jude was right because God knows, Ash, I didn't want to be.
Entry 40, July 15th, 1914. Mama says I'm running a fever. My pillow is drenched in sweat. Standing up makes me dizzy, so Clay's been getting me water when I ask for it. He's a nice brother for doing that. I still haven't apologized to him. What kind of man am I? Entry 41, July 15th, 1914. I don't feel so good. Entry 43, July, 1914. I've lost track of the days. I can't keep my breakfast down. My wound hasn't stopped bleeding. Mama phoned a physician this morning. At least, I think it was this morning. And a man with darker skin than Papa sat at my bedside. He examined my wound. It leaked with seawater, and he wrote several things down in his notepad when I told him how full and heavy my chest felt. Clay had to leave the room during my examinations, but I could tell from his hesitation that he wanted to stay. That made me feel a little less afraid. The physician asked me a lot of questions, not just about my health. I think he was trying to keep me awake. I don't remember any of them. I was so tired. The physician left the room and talked to Mama and Papa for a long time. Clay kept me company. I told him my head hurt and that I wanted to sleep. And he went to his side of the room and came back with 2 books in his hand. I was in too much pain to groan. You'll like this one, he said. It's an adventure book. I had to squint to see the titles. Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. The first story had a girl, a watch, a rabbit, and a hole. I don't remember the rest. Entry 44, July 1914. The physician said I have something called pneumonia. I think whatever's happening to me is worse than that. Entry 47, July 1914. I don't remember the last time I saw Papa. Mama says it's hard for men to see their sons sick like I'm sick. I hope Papa's nicer to Clay now that I can't explore anymore. I'm like Alice falling and growing bigger and bigger and bigger until I'm too big for my body, until I take up the whole house. But the house wouldn't like that, so I shrank back down smaller and smaller and smaller still, until I'm nothing at all. Entry 48, July 17th, 1914. I think my eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought I saw Clay leave last night. I thought I heard the front door open. I thought I heard him from the window walking outside into the woods. Why would he leave? I don't understand it. Is it Papa? Is he being mean to him again? Is it me? I told Mama when she came to check on me this morning, I think. But I don't think she believed me. She put a hand on my sweaty forehead and pressed a cold soaked rag to it. Instant relief. It will wear away soon. Your brother is still here, Mama said. He's not going anywhere. I don't know what I heard, what I thought I saw, but her words did not come from me, Journal. I don't believe her.
Entry 49, July 17th, 1914.
I can hear Papa's yelling from downstairs. He's been yelling since Mama gave me my first sponge bath and Clay finished rereading the Peter and Wendy book to me. I like the book. I like Clay's reading voice. It's nice and makes me sleepy. But Papa is still yelling. Clay is very still. He sits at my bedside, listening. Something about the dishes and food. Mama isn't cooking like she used to. She hasn't cooked at all. Not since I got sick. I'm sorry, Papa. I didn't mean to. I can hear Mama yelling too. Not as loud, but still yelling. Mama never raises her voice at Papa. She's upset. Something about a days-long migraine and not wanting to wake me. Clay's looking at me. She doesn't know I'm awake. My head is full of swimming fish and I can't sleep with all the noise anyway. I wish Clay would read to me again. I want to hear more about the Lost Boys. I want to be one of them. Broken glass. I think Papa threw something at the wall. At Mama. Clay's out the door. I hear his footsteps down the stairs. He's gonna make Papa angrier. He's gonna make things worse. I hear something else. It's not Mama or Papa or Clay or yelling. It's soft. It's singing. It's so beautiful it hurts. It's like church. It's a song. The song wants me to go. To go back. But I'm too tired. I'm not strong enough to move on my own. I hope Mama and Papa can hear it too. Maybe then they can stop fighting.
Now, where was I? Right. I had snuck onto the Blue Serpent, and as far as the crew was concerned, there had always been a long-limbed, skinny boy with terrible chopped hair aboard. For nigh on a fortnight, I mostly stayed within the safe platform of the crow's nest and kept distance from the other boys and men. I had not thought as far ahead as I should have. I did not know what task I could do successfully on a ship, nor did I have a name for my disguised form. When at last I was beckoned from my hiding spot and interrogated, the captain had been shouting at the helmsman to watch for any rocks that could damage the keel. As a result, the name Kell tumbled from my stupid mouth. And that was enough. Those men did not need much convincing. Once my name was known, I was shoved into the park of what is now known as Cabin Boy. Among them, I was the quietest and the only one to complete my given tasks without being asked twice. I had been on a boat before. I was allowed to help my oldest brother fish in his catboat in my youth. I had my sea legs, or the beginnings of them, but the other cabin boys did not. They looked up to me as I had my older brother. The attention was new, but not unwelcome. It was then that I began to understand the frank difference between men and women. It was not enough to simply change my clothes and name. No, I needed to become them. What would happen to me if they found out? What my dear brother would say? I did not know. I did not want to find out. I had weeks of watching and mimicking ahead of me. Meanwhile, my quartermaster brother was none the wiser. On a ship of 30 men, we so rarely crossed paths, and on the occasions we did, he gave no hint that he recognized me. It hurt that he did not know me from the gray of my eyes, but it was best no one suspected a thing, especially him. 3 years I had spent enduring the burn of rope, the suffocating sweat of men, and the succulent embrace of freedom. I did not want to leave. I did not want to go back. In the time I sailed on the Blue Serpent, I had graduated from cabin boy to midshipman. Roles were filled by skill, seniority, or by the captain's word. I moved up in the rank in the span of several months based on skill alone. The cabin boys were sad to see me go. The group of us grew to be comrades between assisting the cook in the galley, cleaning, and standing watch at the helm when the weather was fair. I never had the misfortune of playing the older sibling, but with them, I could. I would have protected those boys from anything. None of them deserved the fate that befell the Blue Serpent in the end. Years as a midshipman allowed me to learn most everything I could never learn on land. Things my petty schooling had not thought to teach. Things that I would never have known if I were not Kell. The art of taming the sea by boat would take all of my useless life to master. But oh, I was eager. Like the men, I ached to make her gracious waters mine. Understand this. One does not own the sea. She flows and crashes and makes her tides on her own time, at her own pace. A concept I had yet to understand. I picked up navigation techniques quickly. I could steer the ship to and fro in short distance and rig the sails efficiently. Boys my age envied me. Rather than a quick learner, I was a show-off. I cared not how they viewed me, until there was an attempt on my life, and my assailants nearly succeeded. Their names have no bearings on this story, but if a visual is needed, picture 2 red-headed boys, twins, or maybe one was older. Like I said, warm blood, it does not matter. What's been done is done. In the summer months after I turned 18, the ship struggled to continuously maneuver through troublesome waters. One afternoon was particularly harsh. I had been running messages back and forth on deck when the hull was stricken with sudden turbulence. There was a rush of action as men attempted to steady the ship again, and, in the disarray, I felt a hard push at my side. I felt another rough push, and I glimpsed frizzy red hair as I tilted overboard. I could not catch myself. I fell and was caught by my pant leg. My savior hoisted me back on board, and to my delight, it was my dear brother. He may not have recognized me, warm blood, but he still had the instinct to save me. That meant more to me than gold. From then on, just as I did with the cabin boys, my brother kept a close eye on me. My assailants made no move to repeat their attack, but I will not say I did not inadvertently make an enemy of them. Nonetheless, not too soon afterward, I found the second love of my life. Not within the glorious sea, but sheltered on land. The harbor the captain docked in had enough supplies to last us half the year. It was not the first harbor we stopped in, but it would be the last. The cartographers welcomed the stops we made. They went to find others like them to fill landmarks and towns on their maps before entertaining themselves with ladies of the night. The crew left the Blue Serpent to search for a drink and do the same. The rest stayed behind. I was part of the group that stayed. This time, though, I ventured into the city, and as what you warmbloods call fate would have it, I stumbled upon someone I did not think I would find myself in the presence of again. Another woman my age. My memory of her is sharper than all the rest. I was no bard in my past life, nor did I ever wish to be, but for her, I would have been. For her, I would have been anything. Before I saw her, though, I saw her artwork. On every surface around the port were paintings ranging from small to large. Discarded stonework and broken planks were no longer a wreck or ruin, but a dragonfly, a frog, a gentle wave, a rendition of a ship. The brushstrokes of each one were deliberate, the colors few but vibrant. Each and every one caught my eye, though I enjoyed the ones of the ocean most of all. I picked up a smooth stone depicting a boat sailing against a massive wave. A painter that could transform something worthless into something so wondrous amazed me. That, I suppose, is the core tenet of artists. Not one that is good, but one that means to be great.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Came a voice over my shoulder, lilting with an unfamiliar accent. I turned. The voice belonged to a woman with a youthful face, unabashedly tall with bright, golden brown eyes, and tightly managed curls. Early evening and clouds overtook the day, but it was clear the sun favored her complexion. Brown skin as deep and rich as the earth. I agreed. Beautiful was the first word to come to mind. Her beauty struck me, and, like the foolish, warm-blooded thing I was, I stood speechless, staring. My crewmate's lack of manners rubbed off on me more than I would have liked to admit. The captivating woman examined the state of me. I was several months away from 20, and my boyish appearance steered in a vaguely roguish direction. Still, my face and clothes were dirty, and my hair had grown long once more. Many of the men had long hair too, and similarly to me, it was not much worth looking at. I shrunk under her gaze. Her eyes glanced from me to the ship and nodded in its direction.
"That's where you came from?"
she asked. I nodded, still speechless.
"It's got a name?"
she asked, then smiled when I told her.
"The Blue Serpent, huh? I like it. A fitting name for such a narrow beast."
I blurted my own name unprompted. My warm-blooded tongue had a mind of its own. There was a silence so long that I yearned to become one with the air and fade away.
"Kel, you got a strange name, sailor boy,"
she said, her smile wobbly. Playful, knowing. She curtsied.
"You can call me Annalie."
It echoed in my mind like a song. Annalie, Annalie, Annalie. She looped her arm around mine, her touch startling me, though I did not pull away.
"All right, sailor boy, let me show you around. You're not the first that's come here."
There was no argument. She whisked me away before I could say a word.
Neither of us moved a muscle. 3 entries were forever lost, and the faint smell of salt water on the pages made me nauseous. I think whatever is happening to me is worse than that, Abel had said. What the fuck does that mean? Yet again, I had so many questions. Some I didn't even want the answer to, truth be told, but Jude was the first to voice one.
What did he mean by song?
You sat straight up on the couch so suddenly I jumped. You gasped like you were taking in air for the first time. Seeing you awake made the anxiety I'd built up go away. I sat by your side, relieved.
Good to see you up, man. Jude and I really thought you were a goner from how much you were...
I stopped talking. Something was very wrong. You gargled with each deliberate breath, like there was still water in your lungs. I looked into your eyes. Your pupils were blown out of proportion. Your eyes were vacant, devoid of any brightness the real you would possess. That was not you, Ash. I don't know who the hell it was, but it wasn't you. I have to go, Not You said, and turned its unblinking eyes away from me. Its voice was insufferably flat, lifeless. Were you in there somewhere then, Ash? Had you sunken into a place within yourself where I couldn't find you? The thing pretending to be you disregarded me as it stood up from the couch. I grabbed its wrist without thinking.
Go? Go where? You almost drowned and it's midnight. You're not well. You shouldn't be...
It tore its hand free and turned its back on me. The bandage on your arm smelled strongly of seawater and it leaked out into your shirt. Not You paid it no mind. It walked off to the foyer in slow, creaking steps, passing Jude as she emerged, knocking down the pillow fort in the process.
What? Asher, where are you going?
The thing that dragged your body away ignored her, stiltedly heading for the front door. Its motions were awkward, but like a puppet bound by an invisible string, it jerked forward at an alarming speed. I threw myself in front of the door.
If you want to go outside so bad, you're gonna have to go through me.
I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what I said. Pretty badass, right? Not You tilted its head at me. I have to go, it said again. And you're in my way. I fell on my wrist and I felt something click, but I couldn't worry about that. Not when Not You hurt Jude, not when it was holding you hostage. It wasn't you, Ash, but god damn did it have your strength. Moonlight streamed into the foyer from the windows on either side of the door. It grabbed the handle and unlocked the door. It twisted, then opened wide. But there was no rain or rushing wind. There was no sound at all. A dark, empty space replaced the outside, and in that vacuum existed only the drip, drip of your leaking wound, our weight on the pioneer's floor, and Jude whimpering in pain opposite me. Not You stared at the void in front of it, unmoving. Then, it smiled. It was your smile, not an uncanny mimic, but it still wasn't you who spoke. Clever house, it said to no one in particular. You win this time. I held your head in my hands, wrist be damned. Your breathing was slow, but normal. You were you again. Jude was rubbing the side of her head. She was bruised, but okay. And you were okay, too. You took your time opening your eyes. Your bright eyes were dulled, but they twinkled when they settled on us nonetheless. Hey, guys, you said sleepily, nonchalant as hell. Did you hear it, too?
Hear what?
The song, he said. Jude and I looked at each other. Fear mirrored in our eyes. Then you fell asleep just in time for Dad to come downstairs to see what all the noise was about. I'll spare you the details. Here's the rest of Abel's journal.
Entry 53, July 18th, 1914.
I can hear it so clearly now. Clay and Mama can't hear it, but I do. It's so beautiful. The singing gets louder at night. I can pick apart the melodies and put them back together in my dreams. It calls to me. It calls me back to the ocean where I belong. I've never belonged anywhere else. I've been asleep for too long. The sun is gone. I heard the song in my sleep again. I can taste it. Sweet and smooth like the honey milk Mama gave me. My candle's burning out, and I think I am too. Mama sits beside me just to cry. No words, only tears. Her daddy died from the same thing I have before Clay and I could meet him. Pneumonia. Mama knows something I don't. It scares me.
Entry 54, July 18th, 1914.
No matter how much water I drink, I can never get undry. The song's coming from inside my chest. It's so heavy. Clay's gone again. I miss him. The before him. The Clay I knew when we were small. I want that Clay back. I want him to play with me again. I want him to hear the song too. It wants me to go back. It won't stop calling me, Journal. So, this is goodbye. I have to go. I have to answer. Goodbye.
Episode 11 features Ricky Clairvoyant as narrator, Pollux as young Cain, Alyssa Roldan as young Judith, Darian as Abel Jefferson, and Justine Leah Hince as the Siren. Deadwood is a podcast written and created by Saniyah Hill and co-produced by Makenna Fulgham. This episode was co-written and edited by Daniela Vega Labrador, J.E Berkowsky, and Meaghan McDonald. The audio editing was done by Doodles. The music is by Julius H., and the lovely cover art is by Scinna. You can find Deadwood on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Bluesky, or you can send a message to our email at deadwoodpod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. The beginning starts at the end.